had this crazy idea, bro, to have a show about drug abuse.
Ooh, yeah, what would it be called?
Lindsay Lohan's Guide to Life.
Crack is whack.
What about Perfect Childhood Playground?
Cora, that spells PCP.
Exactly.
You guys, this is a serious issue. How about we come up with a serious name?
Guys, what about Pop Talk?
I'll have a Pop-Tart.
Wait. I don't understand.
It's like pop culture issues, like substance abuse, bullying, teen pregnancy, and we talk about them together. Pop Talk. You feel me?
I like the sound of that. I think we should help each other with this.
All right, let's see. Who could we have on it?
What about Bruce Willis?
Miley Cyrus?
Your mom.
Miley Cyrus.
Okay, let's not get carried away here. Let's have local teens in our area. We'll interview them to get some insight about what our peers think about this. Maybe try to help them.
I don't love it, but I'll do it.
That's what she said.
Good one.
Ugh, shut up, you're disgusting.
Well, let's get started.
Hello, I'm Michaela.
And I'm Jason, and this is Pop Talk. On Pop Talk, we're going to explore some important issues in today's pop culture and how it affects you.
On this episode of Pop Talk, we're going to explore the effects of substance abuse.
This week, we're going to local high schools to get some insight on how teenagers feel about substance abuse.
For this week's interviews, we're going to turn it over to Cora and Wyatt.
Cut!
Thank God, I gotta pee.
Thank God, I'm starving.
Guys, we're still rolling.
Here you go, Wyatt and Cora.
Hey guys, Cora and I interviewed some teens in our area.
We asked them all about substance abuse, and this is what we get.
Our favorite substance abuse question is how many contacts in your phone do you think would be able to get you drugs right now if you wanted it? Be honest.
Man. To be honest, probably my whole contact list, like each and every person probably, like, and that's the crazy thing about it, like whether it's prescribed or just like regular illegal drugs, like it's just everywhere. Like no matter what you can do, like no matter what the government's gonna do, it's gonna be out there. Like cause sometimes it's kind of like they're handing it to us.
What do you do instead of drugs?
Play sports. I like to volunteer in the community a lot too. Just anything positive that got nothing to do with it, I'll do. And to just stay away from it in general, and stay away from people that do it, 'cause that brings you down too. And if you have a friend, friends are a big influence. I mean, somebody can be like, hey, try it, no problem, it won't hurt you. And when you come to see, you can have that personality that's addicted and ruins your life. Yeah, it goes from there.
So if you saw someone going down the wrong path and starting to abuse drugs, what would you say to them?
I would tell them, I don't know, mostly watch out who you're with and who. It's a kind of a hard question because I have myself done drugs, and for me to get out of it, I kind of just stuck to myself. Like stay away from the negativity, stay with the positive people, don't let people influence you. Like, hey, this is a cool drug, let's try this. Don't do that, because sometimes it's your downfall in a lot of things. Other people are more mentally strong than others and can overcome it. Some of us aren't. Like I've had problems where I've done cocaine for a while and I thought it was the coolest thing because everyone was doing it, but at the end of the day, it's like it was ruining myself, so I stayed away from it. You should be able to, find your boundaries and stuff, because I've learned a big lesson, and the reason I stopped doing drugs, my friend took his mom's prescription and ended up overdosing the day after I seen him. Hey, let's hang out and smoke and whatever. And I woke up the next morning and found out, hey, Anthony died. He overdosed in his room the other day, and that was a big wake-up call to me. Like, damn, I shouldn't give out that message, because you never know what's gonna happen next and things like that.
Mhm. So you'd say like, you know, it's all about getting in the right crowd.
Yeah, basically, and just watching out for yourself because not everyone is gonna have your back. You always find that. You know, being gay or being straight with drugs and anything, you know, nobody's ever gonna have your back.
What would you say to someone who's just starting to get into drugs? What advice would you give them to try and stay away from it?
Well, I would definitely give them some advice. I would tell them it's not good for their health, first of all. If they got kids, when kids grow up to do what they look up to their parents or brother, sister, and I would really try to help them. Giving advice ain't really my thing. I like to show action and help that person whatever help they need. I worked with a lot of fiends before. There's another word for drug addicts, and just helping somebody, just making a difference. It goes a long way.
Did you know that 67% of high schoolers do not use alcohol?
Tracy, we're shooting, Tracy.
Oh,
Tracy.
Oh, welcome to TSTS, Tri-State Talk Show.
TS? I think my ex-husband had that.
Which ex-husband?
Tony.
Tony with the big nose, Tony?
No, Tony from the bakery, Tony.
Oh, that Tony.
Tony. This week, we are examining the complex lives of young adults. Well, younger adults. You know, when I was young, they didn't have all this marijuana stuff, all this crocodile, all this Molly. All they had was reefer and alcohol. That's all they had.
I remember
That was
the
it.
days. I remember
no,
the days.
let's
You're
not
still living the
reminisce.
days, okay?
Listen,
Let's
girl.
not reminisce. It was not a good style of time for you.
True.
Let's be real.
Oh, we're done.
You know,
We're done.
so this week we're going to talk to some teenagers, get some insight on
Do
what
some
their lives.
cocaine. Oh wait, well, it's offset. I'm sorry. My bad.
I don't know what you do in your personal life, but
Girl, don't
I'm
worry
still
about
living the
it.
days, apparently. I'm gonna go do some reefer.
you know, I was talking to Mary,
Really? Oh,
and she said she found marijuana
no.
in her son's bedroom.
No.
Mary found it?
No.
That
Mary's
would
son
be
is an
the
angel.
day.
No. I would
That
not
would
stand
be
for
the
that.
day.
No.
He deserves a good spanking.
You know what?
She's lucky it wasn't me.
She's lucky it wasn't me. That's what I said.
She's lucky it wasn't me.
I can
And
see you saying that, girl.
And you know what I says to her?
What'd
You
you
know
say?
what I
says to her?
says?
What'd you say?
I says, if that was my son,
If you were in that situation,
if I was in that situation, he'd be dead.
Oh, yeah.
But you know what? There's a lot of pressure going on with teens these days, and sometimes they
slip up.
just
They slip up.
they slip up.
hey, at least they're
why-
not doing
hey.
cocaine.
Yeah, because we all know your stories with cocaine. Let's not get into that. We're
Yeah.
live here.
We're on
We're
TV
live.
now. Can't,
We're, we're live. Oh,
we're live.
Oh,
we're live.
something.
I forgot we're live. Anyway,
Feels
thank
like
you
I'm on.
so much for joining us.
Oh,
Thank you so much for joining us today on TSTS, the Tri-State Talk Show, and we hope we'll see you next week.
Have a good
Bye.
day, guys.
Thank you.
hey everybody. Welcome to Step Talk with everybody. We're gonna start off a little segment called the Struggle Bus. What?
So my struggle is that I'm openly gay and I'm a high school student, so that opens up a lot of opportunities for bullying and feeling like you're alone and discrimination and things like that. So that's my struggle. Cora?
My struggle is that I've been bullied pretty much my whole life, so that can definitely lead into a lot of depression and anxiety, which I do have, unfortunately, and that will also lead, for most people, into substance abuse, which I have not done, so that's great for me.
My struggle is that I'm a high school senior and I'm also a mother of a 9-month-old. That can definitely lead to substance abuse because it kind of sucks seeing your friends doing things you can't do, and it can be very, very stressful, but rather than using it as a negative, I take it as a positive and use it as motivation. Jason?
My struggle, like a lot of people, is having a relative close to, like, who died. My uncle died when he was, like, very young, and it kind of sucks because I never, like, met him. Like, he would have been, like, an older brother to me because I don't have one. And so a lot of people can get depressed because relatives die, and, like, they want to be close to them, but they die at like unexpected times, and they can get depressed and start doing drugs to help feel better, but it doesn't really help. And now we're going to talk about how substances can affect our peers and the struggles our peers can face, not just us.
Me and Cora did the interviews, and so we kind of know like firsthand exactly what a bunch of high school students say and think about this. So like I think it'd be good to go through some of the questions and talk about them. One of them was like it was about peer pressure, and that's certainly like a big issue. Like people just doing it recreationally, and then eventually it spirals into something bad.
Because even like if you want to do it for fun and you have friends with your friends, if like some people can get you into worse stuff, and they can make it worse for you and your friends, and you could lead into a deeper drug problem, and they could get addicted to a lot of drugs.
Oh, definitely. It can go from an only once a week thing to every weekend, both days, every weekend, to 3 times a week, to every day, every week. So.
And I think the scary part is nobody ever says, I want to be a druggie.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
It just comes.
It's like, oh, whatever, like I'll just try it.
Or
and
it's
then-
not addictive, and people don't realize like it's psychologically addictive. Because I've known people who aren't addicted to drugs, but psychologically they need that. They feel like they
It's their
can't
relief.
live without it. It's their relief. It's
Yes.
Their escape kind of thing.
Right.
They don't know how to deal with things on their own.
Yeah.
And once you get addicted to drugs, like, it's not like, oh, I want to get high. It's like they get very sick, and like they like horribly throw up, stomach, headache, whatever you can think of, they get that. And it's like, it's because just like their body needs it, like they crave it. And if you don't like get the proper treatment, you'll get very sick, ill. You can't just quit cold turkey with most hardcore drugs.
There's a lot of rehabilitation needed.
I don't think it's like good to say druggy, because I know some people who do it, they don't want to do that. I personally have known someone who was addicted to substance pills, and they quit cold turkey on their own, and you look at them and you would never ever guess that they were that type of person. They're strong people for saying I need to quit and doing it. I admire that.
I know people like, I know like not close relatives, but like far relatives, like cousins of cousins, and I've heard stories like people steal from like their own kids, they're like steal from their parents, steal from brothers and sisters, and not like, I'm not talking like, oh, they take their watch and they never get it back. Like they'll steal hundreds of dollars. Like if you have your own money collection, they will steal that. They will take like all your jewelry, all your expense, like not just like one ring. They will take like the entire collection of.
And not even think twice about it.
And it's
Just
hard.
because it's something they need to do. It's instinctual now at this
And I
point.
think one way to like get off of things like that is you need like some kind of support. And I think, Cora, you might have an interesting view of this, because when you're being bullied, it's sort of like other people are attacking you, but when you have substance abuse, it's like you're attacking yourself. So what helped you through getting bullied the most?
Honestly, my family and friends really helped me out with that, because I've also had friends that have been bullied, and we kind of stuck together in like a group kind of thing. And I would go home, and I'm very close with my parents, so I'd tell them everything, and they tell me not to ignore it, but to try to move on and help yourself. And I've also watched a lot of movies about bullying, and I listen to a lot of music, and it's like all inspirational things that help me get through.
Yeah.
Music is something that always helps me 100% of the time.
Yeah. And like there's a lot of like, even nowadays, like it's such a big issue that like there's movies about it. There's so many resources out there too. And like there's a lot of people that don't know where to turn.
And I think your
But it's-
parents are, being a parent, in the relationship that I have with my mother, I mean, has definitely helped me through a lot, because I talk to my mom about pretty much everything. I mean, there are some things that I've been afraid to talk to her about, but I think, like you said, you talk to your parents about everything. That definitely helps you, because they've been through it, and as long as your parents are real with you about their lives and what they've been through, I think it definitely helps.
Yeah.
It also helps if you have siblings that have been through
definitely.
similar
Definitely.
things. And
Definitely.
you
And
can talk to them about anything.
On like the bullying standpoint, like, just think that person's making fun of you. Like, what makes them better than you? Nothing. Like, they don't deserve to bully you. Like, just walk away from it. Like, you don't, like, what do they have that's better than you? What gives them a reason? Nothing.
Usually bullies, they've either been bullied or they have terrible things that have happened to them, so
Or
they
they're
feel like that's
insecure.
their
They're
escape.
looking for a source of power.
They're
Putting
definitely
you down
insecure.
is making them
Yeah.
feel better.
And I think people turn to substance abuse because it's escapism. You know, they need to escape that.
Makes you forget about it.
Yeah, so I think the important thing when talking about bullying is like you need to find that support system.
Yeah.
And it's going to be different for everyone. Some people don't have a rock solid family that they can really rely on, or they don't have a lot of people in their area that are going through the same thing. So I would encourage people to like use social media, use
definitely.
like
Yeah.
the power
Get
of like pop culture.
Get out there.
Like,
Or just like when you need a vent, something that I do is I type it all out and then I delete it. Like I don't need to send it to anyone. I don't need to say it out in public because it's really private, but I just get it out because I don't feel comfortable putting it in a diary, and then I just delete it. And then it's gone and I feel a lot better afterwards.
yeah, and there are so many sources. Like you just go online, like you know, like you said, like music, like a lot of like pop star. I know like who was it? Someone like painted their finger for like a day for like bullying
Yeah.
victims. Who was that? Selena Gomez or something?
I think so, yeah.
I think so. She like painted her finger like blue, like things like that. Like it's like little things like that that can get you through and keep you away from like substance abuse.
I know for a fact because I go through this every day because I listen to a lot of Demi Lovato, and she's been through so much stuff in her life. So it kind of helps me to know that someone like her is strong enough to get through every day and be alive every day.
And like I feel like the best thing for me personally, like everybody's different. Like some people like media. Like if I honestly like lay down in my bed, put some music, like my favorite type, and just like think about what happened, like, and just like even if it gets you more like happy, sad, angry, whatever you need, like think about it, and then after it, you thought about it so much that it doesn't even affect you anymore. Like you get it out of your system completely, and like you just listen to music, and then you're back to normal like nothing happened. And it really like it helps me out when I listen to music. And sometimes I'll turn on the TV. I don't even need the TV. Like I'll just lay down, stare at the ceiling, listen to music, and it'll help me like calm down or like make me happy more because I enjoy music very much.
I think that everyone's struggles are put there to make them a better person.
Oh, it is.
I think that me having a child kept me away from trying drugs and alcohol and partying, and I think for me that was something positive that happened to me because I'm doing better in school and I try harder now and I want to be a good example for my child. It gives me more drive because like I know one thing that I want to do is I want to get a college degree and I want to get into a good college and go to a good college, and a lot of teen moms would just be like, nah, I need to work, and it makes me be like, I want to prove everyone wrong who thinks I can't do it because I want to do it, and that's how I look at it. I use it as drive instead of bad.
Mm-hmm.
And if anybody's looking for more information on this, you can always go to the Bold Coalition in Fall River or Stanley Street Treatment and Resources for more information on it. And we are the STEP team. Thank you so much for joining us on STEP Talk, and thank you.
Did you know that 84% of high schoolers do not smoke tobacco?
So what seems to be the problem, Amber?
I'm having a tough time making my duck lips look good.
I got just the answer for that.
I'm having a hard time scoring goals for my team.
These just might help your game.
You're the best.
Obrigado. My last Facebook post didn't get any likes. Yes, it did.
You can't prescribe an answer for everything. Young adults are dying every day from prescription drug misuse. For more information, check us out at stopaddictionbyprescription.org.
Welcome back.
And this week for our guest performance, we have a wonderful musical duet by Cora and Brandon.
The dawn is breaking, a light shining through. You're barely waking, and I'm tangled up in you. somehow find you and I collide. I'm quiet, you know. You make a first. I'm open, you're close. I found I'm scared. I know I'm always on your mind. Even the best fall down sometimes. Even the stars refuse to shine. Out of the back you fall inside. I somehow find you and I collide. Don't stop here. I've lost my place. I'm close behind. Even the best fall down sometimes. Even the wrong words seem to rhyme. Out of the doubt that fills your mind, you finally find you and I collide. You finally find you and I collide. You finally find you and I collide.
Thank you all so much for joining us on Pop Talk. We hope we'll see you again next month with our episode on domestic violence. We're the STEP team, and thank you for joining us.
Have a good day.
Have a good
Bonjour.
day.
And then we all